Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Neil here, and we've reached that time of year where I look at some new releases from some brands that I am a fan of. I go through them and I tell you what I think of them. What I think of them, guys, it does not really matter though. It only matters what you think. This is just my opinion and my opinion only. Obviously, I'm only going to look at the brands that I'm interested in. In this video today, we're going to be looking at Dean guitars and Jackson guitars. There is a chance of me getting some of the Dean guitars, and a very good chance actually of the Jackson guitars in particular, me getting some of those on the channel as well for 2025. So it makes sense that I look at these brands first. ESP have released a ton load of new guitars, real lot of new guitars, and they look great and they're very interesting. I'll probably cover those at a later date. Schecter are another brand that appear on the channel a lot, that I get on the channel a lot, but for some reason I've not seen anything from Schecter yet. I'm going to have to go hunt it down on the internet. These are just screenshots that we're going to go through today that are taken from the websites. Obviously all the websites go live as soon as NAMM opens its doors. And yeah, we're going to check them out and I'm going to give you my opinion on them and let you guys know what I think. Just before we get started though, I want to plug my Thomann affiliate link. Some of you guys have been using it quite a lot and I am so grateful for that. It really helps me out and supports me at this end. So if you go down below in the description, there's a Thomann affiliate link, and if you search for whatever it is that you are looking for in the search bar, once you get through that link and purchase it, it really helps support me and what I do at this end. And to be honest, you know, YouTube is not, it doesn't pay you very much, so every little bit helps. I am a part-time care worker, you know, I'm not a professional YouTuber or anything like that, despite what people say and think on the old internet. Right, let's get on with it. Let's look at the first Dean guitar. So here we have a guitar that is a Kerry King signature. Thank God he's put this out, because I was not a fan of that other thing the other year. Forgot what it was called, but there was bits coming off it all over the place. I didn't really like it. It was too extreme for me, too death metal looking for me. I love Slayer as a band. I think they're absolutely awesome. Or did, should I say, before they died, disappeared, called it a day, whatever. This guitar here, it's got a Sustainiac in the neck position. That makes sense, because obviously when you're doing dive bombs as extreme as Kerry King, it's a big helping hand to have that Sustainiac feeding back there for you. I think it's an EMG in the bridge. Kayla Trem on there, which is he's known for using anyway. And I really like this one. It's very King V-ish. It's more my type of pointy guitar than Kerry King's previous model that he had out last year. Moving on. So I really like what Dean are doing here. They've got these quite pricey models, to be honest. Going with like the mahogany body, mahogany neck, I believe. It's got the gold hardware, and the Dean logo on the headstock is in gold as well, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Really like the look of these guitars. Very classic looking guitars, but I just think that Dean are onto a bit of a winner with these. I think they look fantastic. I'm not sure on the price. I think they're a bit out of, say, my price range, but they do look great. I do really like them. So this one here that we've got on now, you know, you could call it a Les Paul style shape. Dean have had this a long time now, this Cadillac shape they call it, and it looks great. I really like it, and when you actually stand up playing it, it makes sense, like quite a lot of Dean's actually. The next one we have here is an ML version, same finish and everything, gold hardware, mahogany. I believe it's mahogany. It looks absolutely great. I really like this guitar a lot, and this is one of the nicest from Dean in 2025 in my opinion. It's got a scratch plate, a pickguard on there. I'm not a massive fan of plastic on guitars with scratch plates and pickguards, as some of you may know. But on this particular model, I think it looks really great. You know, an ML, some would probably say a pickguard or scratch plate does not belong on there, but I think it looks great on this guitar. It really shows it off, really keeps it looking classic, and yeah, I think that's one of the nicest that I've seen out of all the classic guitars that Dean produced. I think this is one of the nicest that I've seen for quite some time. There's a V version of it as well. My OCD is playing up a bit with this guitar, because if you can see where the strings go through the body, so Dean have their own design there of that string through. I won't call it a stop tail, it's not. I forgot the actual name of it now. Is it a Z something or other? I can't remember, but that actual design where the strings go through the body is wonky. So we've got like a Rhodes model, I guess, of a Jackson. You know, it's got a 1 point longer than the other, and that bugs me slightly. 1 point is shorter where the strings go through just because of the scratch plate. you know, that's on there, the pick guard, but it is what it is. Some people will be bothered by that, people like me, and some people won't, I guess. The next one here has the same thing going on with a bit of a wonky, one point is longer than the other, where the strings go through the body on that little stop tail thing, we'll call it that for now. And it doesn't bother me on this guitar for some reason, like the other one with the pick guard. I think it looks a bit cluttered on the other one, to be honest. My opinion and my opinion only, but I think it comes too close to the pick guard. Maybe if the pick guard didn't go right up to it like that, it would look a bit better. But on this guitar, it looks fine. Zero, absolutely love these guitars. I had a Korean Zero back in the day that looked similar to, I think it was like a Sunbursty model, and it was a great sounding guitar, really great. Didn't own it for very long, unfortunately. In and out of bands and things like that, and not playing stud up was the reason I got rid of it. But yeah, it was a great guitar, that one. Really liked it. Moving on here, so we had the blue and black fade last year that caused a bit of controversy, you know, because of Dimebag, and they said they took the lightning off and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. But Buddy Blaze had that blue and black thing going on long before Dime, I think. But this one here is a red and black fade. I'm not sure. I'm not keen on. I think the red, it's a bit too gaudy for me. These are more affordable guitars. I've not made my mind up about the red yet. I can't make my mind up about it, but it looks okay. But I think it's just basically not for me. But yeah, more affordable Deans is nice to see, because I was getting a bit worried they were producing so many great guitars that were going to cost you $4 to $5 grand. Not realistic for a lot of people. But the designs look so nice, it would be nice to get them in our hands. This one is affordable. It looks fine, but not really for me. The next one here is a V in the blue and black fade, which I was just talking about. It looks okay. I don't mind the blue and black fade. It looks great. Is it for me? Not sure. But it's affordable and it looks great. The next guitar I absolutely love. It's the Slime Burst. Let's call it the Slime Burst. I think it looks great. Again, caused a bit of controversy, this finish last year, but plenty of guitar brands have used this finish, this green see-through burst, and it's come under all kinds of different names. Solar Guitars are using it, even though Ola said Dean shouldn't be releasing a guitar with that on, I believe, but they have one that's very similar anyway, so it kind of all a bit crazy, but yeah, I think this looks great. I love the finish, and it's nice to see a Floyd on a V-shaped guitar. Yeah, I like that. I could see me playing that. If I was in a band still playing live, I would definitely walk out on stage with that and be perfectly happy. It will balance great as well. Looking at where the strap button is and everything, Dean's balance great on straps. The next one here is even better. This one is a Zero model. Again, it's got the Slime Burst going on, which today we are calling it a Slime Burst. It's got the Floyd on as well, which I think is absolutely great. It's nice to see E-type shapes with the Floyd on, that's for sure. And it's also very nice to see Dean putting out E-type shape bodies as well. The pickups in these are Seymour Duncan's. It will be a JB and a 59, I should suspect, which is a great pickup combination. An old favourite of mine. It just never lets you down, that pickup combination. You know, the JB is the world's biggest selling humbucker ever, I think, or something like that, or it used to be. Probably still is, and there's a reason for it, because it's awesome, that's why, and does everything, you know. The next guitar here I absolutely adore, and there's a bit of a story behind this one, guys. So, I was on a beach not long after receiving my Dean Zero from Dean for me to show you guys. It was a Zero Fluence Select, and it's absolutely awesome guitar. Out of all the Fishman Fluence loader guitars I have in this room, that one sounds the best for some reason. It's very affordable, about 800-ish over here in the UK if you can get hold of one. Great guitar, nothing flash about it, just does its job and sounds great. Very affordable, and you know, what you get for your money is what you would expect with that guitar, which I think is great to hear. Really great playing guitar, balance was great on the strap. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this story is that while I was sat on a beach in Egypt, I was thinking about that guitar. I've been playing it before I set off on holiday, and I basically thought, wow, wouldn't it be great if there was a stealth shape in that kind of format, you know, white binding, satin body, satin neck, satin everywhere, basically blacked out guitar with white binding. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if they'd released a stealth in that range like that? Unfortunately, they didn't, but they did release an American version of it here. I emailed Chris. Hi, Chris, if you watch this. A good friend of mine always gets back to me when I email him, so I thought, this is weird that he's not replied to this email, because I thought it was a really good email, an important email. I think it would make a really sick-looking guitar. And I thought, to add that into the Fluence, the Fluence Modern range would be, the Select range, sorry, the Zero Select range. Oh, fucking Jesus. To add that into the Select range of Fluence Dean guitars I thought would have been absolutely awesome and a great idea. So that's why I sent the idea, but he remained quiet on it, and I'm thinking now that this is the reason why, because they were already on with this guitar, which basically is what I suggested, but without the active pickups. It looks fantastic. It's not affordable to me, unfortunately. I will try and get hold of one on the channel, maybe a loan guitar or something like that. It would be great to get this on the channel because I think it looks awesome. It really does. It's not got the bevels of the other stealths that we've seen in the past, but I think that makes it even more pointy looking and even more, a bit more aggressive. And yeah, really cool to see that guitar come to life. And I still think that maybe that's why Chris from Dean Guitars did not get back to me. I'm sure it's not my idea that he's put into a guitar. I'm pretty sure that it is just that I mentioned a guitar that was very close to this guitar that they were probably thinking about creating at that time. Unfortunately, it's $5,000, something like that, not like 800 quid like the other, the Select models in the satin black finish. But looks fantastic. Floyd on there, absolutely great. I should imagine that will sell many. Let's move on here. So now we've got this new Moonlight Star, is it? Moonstar, something like that. I can't remember. It's a star-shaped guitar, basically. Looks like it will balance great. Again, from the position of the strap buttons, Dean are excellent at balancing guitars. It's Silverburst. I love Silverburst. I'm a big sucker for Silverburst finishes. However, when I see a Star, being an old ML and Razorback player, that shorter point on the lower back end always looks a bit wrong to me. It will probably feel fine when you are playing it, and it will probably balance fine. But for me personally, I think that it looks a bit odd. It's not for me, but I do like to see Silverburst guitars out there, and it's got a Floyd one as well, so all good. More Floyds. We need more Floyd. We need to bring them back. Here we've got a grey and black fade ML. Again, really affordable, this one. I think I prefer the grey and black finish to the blue and black or the red and black fade. I think it looks great. For me, this is more me. Would be interesting to get one of those on the channel, actually, because I've not got an ML here anymore. But it looks absolutely fantastic. I really like the look of that one. And again, that's pretty affordable as well. We've got the Zero shape here. E-type, let's call it. Blue and black fade. It's better than the red fade in my opinion, but again, don't know if it's my thing or not really. I'd have to see it in the flesh. I think it's one of those guitars probably would look better in the flesh than on a thumbnail like we're looking at it on right now. They've got the same guitar here, another Zero. Again, still will be affordable in red and black fade. It looks pretty nice on the Zero, the red and black fade. It looks better than on the other shapes, but that is just strictly my opinion. So that's it from Dean Guitars. Quite a big release from them. Quite a lot of affordable ones, but I am left as a Dean fan. Slightly disappointed that the US has some great looking Dean models that are not affordable for everybody. People like me, basically. Right, moving on, we're going to look at Jackson guitars right now. This here is a Jackson Rocket Red Virtuoso, and they've stuck a Floyd on it. I had a hardtail blue, metallic blue one on in 2024. Great guitar, guys. Loved it. Super stable, super high spec. Jackson are onto a massive winner with this Virtuoso American Series thing they're doing. They play great, and they're up there with the Japanese level stuff quality-wise. I mean, it was near perfect, that guitar that I had. I can't see you really. Do they get much better, like, $2,000-ish, it's a pretty good guitar, that one that was on the channel. I was really impressed with it. The more I played it, the more I liked it. Really stable tuning, great spec, high spec, made in the US. Yeah, I really liked it. And this one here looks absolutely fantastic. It's nice to see a Floyd on there. Again, it'd be a JB and a 59 in there, tried and tested. A lot of guys will probably be saying they want to see the shark fin inlays on there. They always do say that, but it's a dinky style guitar, this one, and you don't really see them on dinkies. Do you see them at all on dinkies? I'm not sure. Right, moving on here. So this is a Surfcaster. It's a 7-string. I like it, but it's got 7 strings, too many strings for me. It's got that Mark Morton look to it, this shape, and unfortunately, when I see this shape, I think the Skatecaster is more my type of guitar. I don't know if you guys can remember, but there was a Desolation Skatecaster released many years ago now when I first got my endorsement with Jackson, and I think the Skatecaster looks better than the Surfcaster for me. The Surfcaster's a bit more roundy. I'm sure it's a great guitar. It would be interesting to get one on the channel. I will try and get one on the channel, and I probably will do, because I'm in pretty good contact with Jackson guitars, obviously, from my endorsement days. This guitar here is a JS model. It's a 6-string. It's got the Jackson pickups in there. It will be a bolt on this one, obviously, but it looks pretty good in the satin black. I quite like it, you know. I think I do like it. I think I would like to get one on the channel again. It's very Mark Morton-ish. Moving on, we've got another one here, another 6-string. This will be the Pro Series, I'm guessing. It's nice. I could do without the scratch plate. You know what I'm like with scratch plates. The Jackson logo is colossal on the headstock of these Surfcasters, and I like that. I think it looks great. It's an iconic logo, like the Marshall one, I guess. It looks very similar, actually. I never noticed that before, but it's virtually the same writing. But yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting that one on the channel for sure, just to see what it plays like. Some of these oddly shaped guitars, when you get them on your knee and you're playing them, it all makes sense. I've had it a few times happen now with other guitars, but I've not really particularly gone for looking at the thumbnails and stuff, but then when I've got them on my knee, it's all made sense. Here we've got an X Series with Seymour Duncan blackouts in. Thank God, because a while ago, many years ago, the X Series was loaded with EMGs, and for some reason they took those EMGs out and used Jackson active pickups, which were very good pickups, actually. I really liked them. However, we like to see, when we're spending X Series money, we like to see branded pickups on this. We think we're getting more for our money, and you probably are. And yeah, I really like X Series guitars. If there's plenty of bang for your buck with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't like the burgundy, though. Don't know why they made a burgundy one. I'm calling it burgundy, but they'll be calling it red, something or other. Here we've got a Pro Series single hum Jackson Rhodes. They've got chrome hardware on there. They've really gone for this look this year. It's satin black. It's got the binding on everything. It looks great. Yeah, I think it's a winner, that one. Chrome hardware, I'm not sure about. Should it have been black? Who knows? But it looks great anyway. It looks great. I like it. I like what they're going for with that one. I'm sure it's a Pro Plus. The next one here looks even better. This is a Kelly. Same difference. Still in the Pro Series level here. Single Fishman Fluence pickup, is it? I think it is. Yeah, hard to see in the dark with my eyes. Yeah, but it looks great. I like the Kelly more than the Rhodes. I think it looks awesome. I could definitely walk out on stage with that guitar and feel pretty awesome. I think it's important how a guitar makes you feel when you put it on a strap and walk out on stage. It can really influence the type of gig that you have. I have a Jeff Loomis Pro Series over there, Kelly, and it's awesome. It is awesome. One of the best Jacksons I've ever played. I absolutely love that guitar. I'll try and keep it on the channel so I can show you guys it a bit more, because it come at a real hectic time on the channel. So although it has been on 4, maybe 5 times, you've not seen it as much as it's getting played by me, because there's just been that much going on with new gear turning up for me to review and stuff. So moving on, next guitar here, we've got another X Series loaded with Seymour Duncan actives again. I think they're actives. They look like blackouts. It's burgundy. It's a King V. It will be great and it will play great. I've played X Series King Vs before when they were satin black and they were awesome. Maybe that's why they've had to go with a different colour, because they've already been there down the black road before with the X Series Vs. But it looks alright, it's just not for me, that colour. You know, it's a bit burgundy. Next guitar here looks awesome. Really does look great. One of the nicest Jacksons this year. Again, it's a single hum version. It'll be Pro Plus, I'm assuming again. Soloist, I think, chrome hardware, satin black. Got the binding. Has it got a binding on there? This one. Yeah. So it's a soloist. I like that. So for those of you that like the Loomis type look, with the binding and the satin black look, this is probably for you. I find personally that I miss the neck pickup, even though I don't think I use it that much. I got a Brandon Ellis, and I couldn't believe how much I missed the neck pickup. I obviously use the neck pickup a hell of a lot more than I thought. Mainly on here, probably wouldn't in a band and live situation, but in here doing what I do here, I do use the neck pickup, and it's gone on that guitar, which is a shame, but it looks great. It does look awesome, that guitar. That's my favourite so far, I think. Here we've got this mysterious green triangle beast. I don't know why it's got green triangles on. Is this a signature model? I can't remember. So I stripped these thumbnails off a few hours ago, and I've forgotten quite a lot of the finer details. But it's got a Floyd on there. It's got unbranded pickups. Is it a JS or is it an X series or what? I don't know what it is. Is it a signature series? Maybe if you know, guys, let me know in the comments below if you know exactly what this guitar is and why it has got tons of green triangles on. So I don't know whether they're going for the Zakk Wylde thing. You know, like Zakk Wylde's got his swirly thing going on. This is a triangle clutter bomb. Green triangle clutter bomb going on. Not for me, guys. Looks a bit gaudy, and I don't know why triangles are on there. I'm confused by that one. Moving on. The next guitar here, again, unbranded pickups by the look of it. Let's just have a little zoom. Yeah, unbranded pickups. I don't know if this is an X series, lower X series, or can't see it being a JS. This, again, it's quite cluttered. Not for me. All these gaudy graphics are not for me. However, I did have a camo X Series guitar once in satin, and it was awesome. I played that guitar loads. It basically lived in my living room, leant up on the sofa because I just loved it that much. I was on it every day. Great guitar, Floyd Rose Special Trem, probably like this one. It's not for me, I don't know. There's gaudy, flashy colours and skulls going on and all that stuff, and it's a bit too cheesy for me. So I'm not sure about the last two guitars, but all the other Jacksons and the rest of the lineup looks pretty awesome. A smaller lineup this year. Usually when Fender, who obviously own Jackson, do that with, you know, Charvel or with Jackson or EVH or however, usually when they do that, it means that they're concentrating on another brand. So maybe Charvel's got a big release. I haven't looked yet. Or maybe EVH has, and they've cut back on it. Also, what we have to bear in mind is that Jackson release stuff mid-season, mid-year. They don't just throw everything out at NAMM and then stick to it. They release stuff and trickle stuff out gradually. So in another 2 or 3 months, you'll probably see some more releases. Jackson started doing that probably a good 4 or 5 years ago, and it must work or they wouldn't keep doing it. So I don't think this is all we're going to see from Jackson, but it's all we're going to see so far. And maybe they've put a lot of love into Charvel, Fender, or EVH. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll try and get back to you with a similar video if this one gains some views. They usually do these sorts of videos if it gains some views, and I'll try and get back to you with a Schecter one and an ESP one. I've seen the ESP guitars already. Lots of single hums going on. There's 2 or 3 for me, and that I'm quite interested in. Don't think I'll be able to get them on the channel, to be honest. I've got a decent relationship with the ESP, but it's really hard over here in the UK to get the demo loan guitars out. The other thing, what's really important, is that I've not seen many Schecter. To say Schecter lives on this channel a lot, and they think they'd pop up in my feed. I've seen nothing from Schecter yet, which is strange because Schecter usually bomb out a ton of new guitars at NAMM time. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all very, very soon. If you're at NAMM, please enjoy it. But if you are there, you probably won't be watching this video because you won't need to.